We received a fantastic video. As we prepare for you, our primary focus will be on the bull market and its cycle. What is our current position and the focus of our attention? When will we finally begin to emerge? We face resistance because, despite our persistent efforts and rejections, our survival remains elusive. People note what I've said. Poland is witnessing significant developments. Next, we have an update to share with you regarding the situation between Ripple and the SEC. Will they file an appeal? Will they wait until the last minute, or will they follow my suggestion? Without further ado, take a seat and unwind. You see. Now let's talk about Bitcoin. $627.37 right now, it's down by over half. The previous day, Ethereum's ranking was at 25580. People, the XRP is trading at 59 cents, while the USDT and USDC are up 1.25% and 1.37%, respectively, during the past 24 hours, with the entire CPT market cap currently standing at 2.2 trillion. We've been talking about XRP. We tested it yesterday, and after being in the 60C range for a while, we reached as high as 602 or 603, briefly touching 61 cents on several exchanges. However, notice where we ended up, back under 60 cents. Now, what does it mean that XRP hasn't reached an all-time high in 7 years? What does that substantial deal of opposition mean? I'll go over the 3 main areas you should be focusing on, but as you can see, 60 cents is a challenge to overcome. It's a challenging cookie to break. Of course, the question is not whether it will break, but rather when it will break. I'd like to present you with a June snapshot. It is June 2nd. How do the markets appear? Indeed, it is evident that XRP is profitable. On June 2nd, the value of Bitcoin stood at 68K, Ethereum at 3,800, and XRP at just 52. If we examine the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum, they have both decreased, but XRP has increased once more, rising by almost 7 cents against both of those. This is a positive sign for XRP. However, what will happen next? We previously discussed the important numbers we were looking at, specifically 61 and 62,000. This is a critical time for Bitcoin. I firmly believe that by the end of the year, Bitcoin could surpass 66K, subsequently rising to 74K, and ultimately reaching 88,000. However, if Bitcoin simply stagnates at this point, we might see a retest of that $52,000 to $55,000 range. How am I acting? I'm often asked the same question. We are not using any money at this time. Remember that September is typically a red month for cryptocurrency, so let's see what the upcoming week brings. Hopefully, we can buck this trend and see an increase. As many like to refer to it, the Bitcoin markets typically see growth in October, November, and December, particularly when we are having a bad year. It's difficult to predict what will happen. Obtaining a gauge is currently quite challenging. We'll have to wait and see what today holds, as the price of Bitcoin remains flat. It's still early, but if we manage to rise above the current level, I'll be optimistic. If not, I believe we'll see it. The last pushdown, where Bitcoin will test between 52 and 55,000, is expected to occur. Indeed, I do think the CME gap persists. The gap remains open in the $52.2000 area, despite our recent discussion about the trajectory of Bitcoin. There was a dead person nearby. The price range was between $62,000 and $61,000, and as we previously mentioned, everything went smoothly. In agreement with Stalin, we are stalling and need to break through. If we don't, it's not the end of the world. We still have 3 months left. I am 99.9% positive that these markets will experience a significant pump, especially in the run-up to the elections and with the person who wins. This is the package. You've seen this from me. The chart, while occasionally outdated, clearly indicates that we have officially entered the XRP buying zone. What does that mean? It signals the arrival of time. Time is running out to get cheap XRP because once this buy zone opens, it's game over. Alternatively, we might say that time is running out. At that point, we will test the hypothesis. 75-cent range officially, we're in it. I could see one more retraction. Everything is dependent on what happens with Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency, markets, and our TA on this channel are familiar to you even though we are in this zone. From now on, everything hinges on your current position, your desired positioning, and your preferred style of play. Bitcoin gains we will not be returning above 66K. It's that straightforward to go into the $50,000 range. I'm staring at the charts. I'm going to check out this polka dot. I see you, dude. I'm a polka dot holder, and nobody has any trouble telling you they have none. Polka dots are, I believe, roughly $4. Lionel Messi is killing it right now on the polka dot. All he has is a few million people are following him, observing him as he rides polka dots. You might be curious about the current cost of such an event. $435, come on, let's lift it. Let's examine it. The all-time high was $55, which is 10 times more than the current value. I genuinely believe Polkadot will make a comeback. This cycle is currently at its peak. I am always on the lookout for opportunities to increase my income fivefold. I lean heavily toward conservatism. However, several of these cryptocurrencies, these alternative coins, will offer 10 times as much. Solana, I think, is one. I believe that XRP surpasses it by a factor of 10. I think Cardano is 10 times better. Avalanche is a chain link that makes sense. I am confident that Chainlink is delivering a 20x return, and I anticipate that it will surpass $200. My target for it is 100. If it exceeds that, I won't be upset, but even 100 brings us very near to that elusive 10x. And found in my side bag between 15 and 18 SS that I'm hoping to get at least 5 times from. Let me get this straight, if it's more than 5 times, I'm going to be one very pleased man. Let me be the first of many to say this. This is the big money, so get ready. Billy Mellon, a prominent player in the market, is believed to be the first major bank to secure SEC approval for Bitcoin custody services. Customers will notice that all banks, including financial organizations like BlackRock, are following JP Morgan's lead. They will all undoubtedly receive permission. In the clear to handle Bitcoin once you have one, that's all you need. Once one is approved, the remaining ones will start to arrive. When one Bitcoin ETF received approval, it led to the approval of 7 or 8 others. The same phenomenon occurred with Ethereum and XRP. Here, we explored the narrative and its implications. There is a possibility that this is the final bull cycle, and everyone is asking how we can tell. What information is needed if the institutions are granted entry, which I am certain they are? That is a straightforward matter. I am referring to them. These institutions have the potential to significantly enter the market, propelling it up to a valuation of $7 to $10 trillion. These establishments will never permit the Bitcoin markets to drop to a level between 95 and 99%. Many of these meme coins may vanish, as Garlinghouse has mentioned about a lot of garbage is destined to disappear from the world. The only assets that will survive are the real utility ones. When we examine actual assets with actual utility, you obtain your Ethereum and Bitcoin. You and your Solana, all the assets that will benefit from the institutional funding are represented by your XLM XRP HAR algorithms and the links in the list chain. We will eventually witness a variety of institutional investment vehicles, including exchange-traded funds, ETFs. We are close in this game. We're almost there. If institutions don't step in and pump this thing up to 7 or 10 trillion, we may enter another 4-year cycle in which 2028 or 2029 will be the lucky year. I think the next cycle 100% will be the last bull run if this isn't it. To do this, the cryptocurrency markets must completely collapse. I mean, it sounds like they've changed their position on cryptocurrency and are now declaring it illegal. The withdrawal of funds by cryptocurrency institutions has no bearing on the situation. That will be the last thing to happen. The Wild Wild West forums will resume. I doubt it. We go there, and I believe that the market cap for cryptocurrency will ultimately be in the range of 20 to over trillion. I predict that a significant amount of stock market capital, particularly in light of the rate cuts, will flow into the CoinGate. Versipal SEC update. The U.S. Secretary has filed a last-minute appeal in the XRP case. Is it really necessary for you to know that the SEC filed an appeal at the last minute in the XRP case? The United States Securities and Exchange Commission may have filed an appeal of the Ripple lawsuit at the last minute, claiming that they may have done what they do best, screw people over. As the appeals deadline draws near, tensions within the XRP community continue to escalate. Elon Musk, the lawyer, should integrate overtime compensation with the X payment. I agree that he should do so, but why did he change the Twitter logo to X? It nearly resembles the XRP logo for X. It only makes sense, especially considering that he is paying people all over the world to integrate it. I don't believe he will integrate Doge. I honestly don't think he will integrate Doge. I believe he is simply playing around at the moment. XRP is up 4%, which may be the wave pump, which we should be aware of whenever we see a price pump before a surge. Do people go nuts when prices drop and they say things like, wow, why, did cause a price crash? But what we might be seeing at the moment, particularly since XRP has been leading the way and has been rising from 51-52 cents as I showed you in June, while everything else has been falling, might be the swell pump going up. Swells in about 2 weeks, we might witness a price decline, something to be mindful of here. Keep in mind that this is not the end of the season. Alt season does not occur until we reach the Bitcoin era of 2013 to the present. First, Bitcoin runs dominance of Bitcoin. The money will rotate as market cap supremacy begins to decline as soon as Bitcoin market cap halt dominance begins to decline. We are not yet witnessing the shift from Bitcoin to alternative coins. The dominance is still strong and will not go away. It's the fact that Bitcoin hasn't yet reached its parabolic blow-off peak that interests me. That's how simple it is. That's how basic XRP is. 60 cents for the time being. Always keep 60 cents in mind. If you break 60 cents, keep an eye on the 65 to 66 cent range. The current holy grail for XRP is 75 cents, which you pay attention to after it drops.